how they treat you, trick you, cheat you, then front like they don't need you, but died to keep you. It's more to it, I'm just giving you a preview. Black roses, concrete and showbiz. This is tailor-made for the soldiers. Televised like it ain't a revolution. Tell a friend who the truth is. Rawyal. They really in the trenches, they really wanna Willie Lynch us. They really wanna frame us with their pitches.
First, you was never a slave.
You was never a slave?
Never a slave.
To find out how they could control our fathers and mothers on the plantation. They were doing everything negative about being in captivity. They were never slaves. They were prisoners of war, the War of 1591.
What do you mean? What is a slave? A slave is one
African,
a POW? A POW? No, hold on.
See?
A slave is one whose will is controlled by another.
No. Yes. You just made that definition.
No, I didn't make that definition.
Slave.
Are you telling me?
Let's hear the definition he's making up right now. That he's making up right now.
What they did was they tricked you out of yourself. The Slavic people are not you. So when they said slave, you took that in. So when they introduced prisoners, you thought, well, I'm not a slave no more. So intern, now you're a prisoner.
So you telling me that their will wasn't controlled by another?
Nah.
Did they have freedom, or did the white man take away their rights from them?
No. So does that make them a Slavic person?
You not a slave today? You free today?
I'm not a slave.
The abolitionists put their money together and they bought a ship. And they patrolled the seas looking for prisoner of war ships, which you all were trained to say slave ships. They weren't slave ships, they were prisoner of war ships.
Very important.
Will come in, very important distinction.
That's right.
And when we teach our children, they were never slaves, but they were children, descendants of prisoners of war. Like McLean, he was a prisoner of war.
That's right.
He wasn't a slave.
That's right.
He got captured by the enemy.
That's right.
On the way.
I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave. What I'm saying is, if you're African, American, Asiatic man or woman, that doesn't make you a slave. You was oppressed. You might have been captured, you might have been a prisoner of war, but you was never, and you still will never be a slave. You can't be a slave. So get that out of your mind. That's why you don't get anything, because you keep, they give you these words, you embrace them, and then you try to.
Then how can you get reparations?
Well,
go ahead. Beautiful.
I mean,
beautiful.
You just eliminated the whole concept of reparations. So what are you getting paid for? What are you getting reparations for?
Well, not slavery.
What are you getting it for?
Beautiful. They did business on you. They did business on you. So you did free labor, right? And your labor is actually not free.
Free servitude.
Not servitude. Involuntary servitude. So involuntary servitude is slavery. Well, no. Slave, see. Bro, just like
don't get caught in the semantics.
What I'm telling you is,
don't get caught in the semantics, my brother. We're talking about the action. The action. The action.
Don't embrace it. Don't embrace it.
We're talking about the action.
No, you can ask.
Don't embrace it.
We're talking about what it already took place. So whether you accept it or not, it's here.
No. But don't accept the word. What I'm saying is that
I just said don't get caught in semantics.
Exactly. So you're not a slave.
Hold up, brother. You got a question. Hold on. I got a question. Answer this question for me. What's the difference between that and now when you go to work and you come home at the end of the week and you only got enough to pay your rent and get back to work? Because that's all they had too. When you think about it. Right now, brothers is working 40 hours a week and all they got enough to do after they get paid is pay their rent, pay their bills.
Make you a slave?
Why not? Because you got the same, listen to me, you got the same thing the slave had. Room and board and something to eat. That's all you got.
They tricked you out of everything, man.
All right, so I bear witness to that. How would they? Yeah, we all know they tricked us. We all know that. We all bear witness to that.
Yeah, so it's all.
Malcolm told us that a long time ago. We've been bamboozled.
Yeah. Well, a slave is a European.
What's the difference?
Slavic man or woman.
That's my thing. What's the difference?
Those are the slaves.
With the slave, because you know what makes you a slave? What makes you a
Asiatic man or woman that became oppressed and captured.
Hold on, brother. You know what makes you a slave? What makes you a slave is the way you think and the way you behave and the way you treat your woman and your kids. Because if you understand the premise of the slave master, his premise was to make future generations slaves, not the slave of that day. No, it's not. You real ignorant, brother, because you can't, you know why you ignorant? Because if you can't understand the word slave still exists, then you out your mind.
It's over.
You out your mind. You out your mind.
Nobody from our generation wants to hear anything from slave. The word slave is over. It's over.
Yes, the word slave is definitely over, but the fight has to continue.
It doesn't make any sense.
They still, right?
This is slavery. No. Look, this is for murder. This is.
Hold on. Let the Indian man get him. The Indian gonna get him.
Yes, sorry?
You're Indian, right?
Yeah.
All right. No, hold on. Anyway, this is deep. Go ahead, talk to him. What you were saying to him?
Yes, I'm saying this is slavery. You cannot just erase it.
Right. No. I'm saying the word, not the action. Not the action.
What is this then?
This is murder.
This is not just murder, man.
Yeah, this is.
That's more than that. That's more than murder.
This is not just murder.
See, because that was to send a message to every black man, woman, and child that you worthless and useless. That's what that's about. Let me ask you a question. How old is you, brother? How old is you, brother? How old are you?
It doesn't matter.
I need to know that. You know why I need to know that? I need to know that because if you 30 him down, your whole generation is called X. And the reason it's called X is because X in mathematics means unknown. Because y'all do not know yourself and y'all don't want to listen to nobody older than y'all. Give y'all the information. Y'all ain't been here forever. Y'all ain't been here forever.
You don't know where that's coming from. You don't know where that's coming from. That's not even. You don't even know where it's coming from. See, that's why a lot of things that's going on. Like they not connected. They don't know how to connect the dots. They don't understand like the way the only reason they're able to keep doing it over and over to you because you're not accepting like the simplest things. Just the simplest things. I said
You're not looking too good right now, brother. You got to be able to hold it down, baby.
Nah, I'm just like I said. It's a little bit of free time. I'm a free man. I'm just sharing a little bit of my free time. That's it.
No, but think about what he just said about, you know.
Nah, but ain't nothing to think about. That shit is foolishness. Like it's over. Like the African it's called the African burial ground.
Let him go in.
It's called the African burial ground. It's not the slave burial ground. Like you got what I'm saying? Like it's like if you keep saying slave this and slave theater and like we like yo, we don't want to be a part of that. We don't want to be a part of that. And they didn't want to be a part of that, so they gave it to us. So now they doing everything in their power to be us.
But why fight for reparations though if you're not a slave?
Now, but you all were trained to say slave ships. They were no slave ships. And the prisoner of war ships
Very important.
were coming. Very important distinction.
That's right.
And when we teach our children, they were never slaves. But they were children, descendants of prisoners of war.
I'm asking a question.
You know what? There's so many little things that I'm talking about. So when I say, when it comes,
No, don't mess that up.
So when I say slave, when you going in the court system, you say I was a slave. They looking at you like first you was a slave. That doesn't like in reality, they know. According to DNA paperwork or whatever, you was never a slave. You was an African American Asiatic man and woman that was, some of them was captured 12 years, right? All of that locked you into that, contract, right? So you was an African American Asiatic man and woman that wound up taking a bad loss. You know, some of them gave up their freedom, some of them was stripped out of freedom, 12 years a slave, all of that. But what that does is, once you actually accept that you was a part of Africa, you was a part of America, you was a man and woman, you know, Asiatic man and woman, whatever, however you want to, whatever arrangement you want, then you can start connecting yourself to the land, and then you can start fighting for what you know is the truth. You don't say, well, you know, my family was a slave, this and that, because that's over, man. That fight is done, man. Right now, you know, you hear a lot is going on with the police and all of that, right? there's like a video going around where a brother from the Bronx got like, they get harassing a lot of black men and women right now, right? So, how to deal with the police is important right now. I want to get on that topic. Just to get up for a second. First, you get some of the police officers that say, if a police officer approach you, just pretty much ask if you're under arrest. Now, that's correct. That's the correct answer. But what you need to do is you need to know there's a difference for every man and woman, because some police they know what they're doing is wrong and they'll continue on.
Brother Rawyal, you got a question for you.
God, that shit ain't.
Oh, don't get upset.
No, I ain't upset. I'm just saying that shit don't matter, right?
Come on, guys.
Now he lost that one, but he's trying to make a quick comeback. Like, oh, hold on, I'm gonna try to catch him when he think about some other shit.
Are you American?
Yes, I am.
And what is an American?
Black power.
This is the American dream, then you can pinch us. Maybe it's just me though, with the cursed mind of a free Negro. I'm so Frederick Douglass, but know the street code. I'm Marcus Garvey, Mario Van Peebles. Now I'm paying my African ass so they can kiss it on the big screen. Bitches, I'm magnificent. Listen.